2. All right, so we have a few equations that we can work through here, or a couple equations. All right, so these are the equations. I want you guys to give this a try yourself first. So hit pause in the video until you work through this. And then once you've worked through that, I want you to flip through and go to the next page, and I'll work through how to come up with the answers on that page. So let's work through the solutions to this. Sorry, guys. Okay, so now we're doing multiplication. So this is distributive properties, and just to make sure that you understand what's going on, this equation should read -3 times 4u squared plus 16u plus 8. So that's what it should read. So in this case, we have -3 times 4u squared is going to be -12u squared. So that's the first step. The second step then is 3 times 16. 3 times 16 is 48 u. And being that we have a negative times a positive, we're going to end up with negative. And then -3 times +8 will be -24. So our final polynomial in this situation would be -12u squared minus 48u plus 24, or minus 24. Okay. If we work through this in division, or the inverse operation of division, let's give this a shot. So this again is going to be 26c squared minus 39c minus 13. This gives us the answer at the bottom, which would be 2c squared minus 3c plus 1. So how did we get there? Let's take a quick look. So -13 and 26, let's break this up into pieces. So we have -26. Oh, sorry guys, we'll just delete that. So -26c squared all over -13 plus 39c over -13 minus 13 over -13. Clear that up. Sorry, we're just going to clear things up a little bit here, you guys. My stylus doesn't want to cooperate. 26. Okay, so -26c squared. So 26 divided by -13, being that 26 is negative itself, will give us a positive. So we'll end up with 2c squared. C squared continues down, plus -13 into a positive 39. So it would be plus -3c, and then minus, we have 13 divided by -13 is 1. So I'll talk about that a little bit further. I'll look at it in the other format as well. When we break it into pieces, it's going to end up looking like this. So 2c squared plus -3 squared, 2c squared plus negative is the same as saying minus 3c minus -1. So minus a negative is the same as saying plus 1. So there's the equation we get. If you wanted to look at it straightforward and say 26c squared plus 39c minus 13 all over negative 13. So what I'm doing is I'm redoing the equation again here, but showing you without the sections such as the minus, the negative. So that's going to be it may be confusing for other people or some of you. So pay attention to what I'm doing here because it'll be slightly different and may make more sense. So negative 26c squared divided by negative 3. So positive divided by negative. Oh, sorry, negative divided by negative. So negative 26c divided by negative 13 will give us 2c squared. And then we have positive 39 divided by a negative 13. So positive divided by negative will give us a negative. And 39 divided by 13 is 3. So negative 3c. And then finally, you have negative 13 divided by negative 13. That's one way of looking at it. And negative 13 divided by negative 13, of course, will be positive 1. So there's two different ways that you can look at it. You can look at it the way on the top, or you can break it into simpler steps or into sections, or you could look at it at the bottom, where you look at it as one whole and you just work through those pieces one by one. Either way is fine. Either way is correct. Choose the way that works best for you. And make sure that if you're having any questions that you ask your teachers.